Hello everybody, welcome back to Watch Time. As usual, it's been a while since I've made a video, but what I tend to do is just update you when things change or every now and then, and occasionally if I have a particular piece I will make a video. Please subscribe if you like these videos. As I always say, they're completely off the cuff, no script, no editing, and I know some people like that because a lot of videos these days on YouTube are very 2023, as I'll say. Hopefully you'll know what I mean by that. So I'm going to show you some pieces you've seen before, just so you can see what's still in the collections. First of all, this solid gold Zenith pocket watch. Is it particularly valuable? Not massively, but it's in amazing condition. It's a piece of history, and I do love it, as much as it obviously never gets worn, because we have phones these days which have kind of replaced anything like a pocket watch. But the sentiment is still there, and I really do love this one. So I don't think that'll ever go anywhere, but that's the Zenith 9-karat gold pocket watch. As I said in the last video, pretty simple movement, but that doesn't really bother me, if I'm honest. This here is a review I made from a company called Patricia Stanley, who make little sort of ring watches. You can see it's been worn. It is unusual. I've had a lot of, this, as many watch collectors will tell you, it's only really the weird stuff that people notice, like this. Ring watches were a thing across history, not so much anymore, but this company are making new ring watches, and I do like it. It's just a minimalist sort of small watch, but it's had a lot of compliments. People seem to like it. This here is something from the past that was a kind of similar idea. Again, this never gets worn, but it's the collectability, it's the novelty, really. So that's a manual wind watch in the back of the ring case. Then you can wear it. So I know it's odd, but some people are into odd things. And when I saw this, I thought that is so strange that I can't really pass on it, especially since they're inexpensive as well. So that is a vintage piece as well, whereas this one is brand new. So I think that might be the weird watches out the way. Well, this isn't so much weird, but these two are. But cool, interesting. Obviously, that's all subjective. Some people will hate that idea, but, it is what it is. Now, next is a watch I made a video about a while ago, basically talking about, are Hermes watches any good? Because they're certainly very expensive, but does the price match up to the quality? And of course, my opinion is yes. These are extremely high quality. And I absolutely love them. And I know Hermes are making a massive effort to be seen as a really high-end watchmaker these days. So this one gets worn a lot, actually. The crown's at the 6 o'clock, which is quite unique. Really nice leather strap, as you would expect from Hermes. So that one gets worn a lot, and it's quite unique. I honestly think, and I think I mentioned this in the video, I do think the build quality and the design is superior to Cartier now. I really do think that, but that's my personal taste. But they're obviously the main competitors in terms of the French, super luxury market. And I actually, if I'm honest, I prefer the quality of Hermes. As much as Cartier is incredible, I actually do think these are better. I really do. If you were to compare this to the Cartier Tank now, the Cartier Tank, they're now making, well, the quartz, of course, like this, but they're making them out of plastic straps and stuff like that, and this company would never do that. So that's a really nice one, and as you'll see from the previous video I made, the packaging is incredible on these things, which does, for many collectors, actually make a difference. So I'm going to put that one there. That's one of my favourite pieces, that one. I do love that. That I wouldn't sell just because it's would be so expensive to buy back. And I've never actually seen this one on sale anywhere that's entirely legitimate. For example, like Watchfinder or a jeweler. This is called the Galop d'Hermes, and not very common. You can only buy it new from Hermes as well, I'm pretty sure. So that's why that one stays, and I do love the design. This one is a sentimental piece. It's not a valuable piece. It was bought for me by somebody. I think it's a brand you find in America quite a lot, but it's just very basic, time only. It has a diamond at the top and quartz. Not, as I say, not valuable, but sentimental. You don't throw sentimental things away or sell them. So obviously that's part of the collection. And it does get worn now and then, but not very much, for example, compared to this. Here's another sentimental piece here. So this, well, like a lot of collectors, when I go on holiday, I like to buy a watch. And this one, if I can just get it undone with one hand, is well, it was from a period in a few years back where people were trying something new with watches, and what it was the wooden thing. So you can see here that this has a wooden bezel, which I like the idea of. And, I love wood. I play piano, I play guitar, so wood is, I like that look. And it has a wood dial, and it has probably some form of base metal inlay and stuff like that. I really like the design of this, and I know Holzkern are a fashion brand, of course. However, the quality I think is good. You can see there that it's, it's written in German. Naturally unique. Oh, it's also in English. So, it's using some natural manufacturing process, the wood, obviously varnishing and stuff, and leather strap, of course, which is, it is patina and nicely. It's not a valuable leather, but it's done pretty nice, and these aren't too expensive for what they are. Signed crown with the company. So yeah, again, it's weird the way that watches work. This one I've had a lot of compliments on, even though it's an inexpensive piece, and a lot of watch snobs probably would really hate this, but I like the design. I really do. It reminds me of something, and I'm not sure entirely what it is. It's how the lug has a stem connecting it to the watch case. I've seen that somewhere before. It might be a Cartier piece. I'm not sure. If you know, comment below. But I do like that one. I have to say that one gets worn a fair amount. So that's what we have so far. We've got how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces there. So not a huge collection at the minute, really. What's wearable here? The only two with straps on are these two, because the others, they're not something you would wear day to day. So let's see what else we've got. So the core of the collection is in here. I took the strap off to put a different strap on, and then ended up not doing that. But obviously the Rolex Oyster Perpetual, had it for years now, would never sell it because it's so difficult to get one back. Timeless, really nice. Taken a fair few knocks in its time, but it's not really shown any of that as, well, basically it's not a big deal. Its strap is here. Does this one get worn? Not that often anymore, but it has been worn a lot in its life, and it does go on the wrist now and then. But as I've said before, I am a little bit worried these days to go out in a watch like that. I have watched a documentary recently where it was kind of a documentary about the robberies that happened in London. I mean, I don't live in London, but still, it doesn't mean it wouldn't happen here. So that one there, I do love it. It's an incredible piece. Are Rolex watches the best watches in the world? No, but they certainly make a nice one. And well, they're a hype watch at the moment, aren't they? They have been for a long time. It's died off slightly, the hype, but yeah. So that's that. Obviously, the strap there. Now the next is this here, the Tag Heuer Aqua Racer. Still a watch I love. I don't wear this one a massive amount anymore. You can see I've taken the strap off this one, which is there, to put a different strap on, then kind of forgot. So I will do that at some point soon. I go through phases with this where I wear it a lot, then don't wear it so much anymore. But I do love the piece. It's very hefty and well made, super well made. As well made as this, in my opinion. So yeah, I do love this one. I love the colour of the dial. You can't go wrong with this. You could wear it for anything and to do anything. So That's still here, of course. And I think I have only one more, which is a new edition. Now, I was in Swatch in Edinburgh, and the Edinburgh store is a good Swatch store because it has all of the Blancpain and the Omega collaborations that they have, and frankly, I'm not really interested in that anymore. What plays on my mind about that is that there's no way to service them, and again, they're kind of a hype watch, and as you can probably tell, apart from maybe this here, I don't have any hype watches. I like unusual watches to an extent. So I went in and didn't want the Blancpain. It's cool, but it's not really for me. And I certainly didn't want another Moon Swatch because I've had two of those. So I had a look around. I considered the Simpsons watch, but then I'm a big James Bond lover, and I saw this in a cabinet. And I looked up the collection, and yeah, I thought this one would be something different and unique. So I got this one here. So it's kind of a standard Swatch, really. It's it's a very similar build. It is made out of plastic as usual, but it has the 007. I forget what these are called now, actually, but it has this 007 branded part here. And the backdrop is from one of the films, which is, I can't remember off the top of my head now. I'll have to have a look. Well, it's in Japanese, basically, and I don't speak Japanese, but I think it's a Dalton film. So I liked that enough, and the price was low enough where I thought, yeah, I'll just take a gamble on that one. And then I found out that they're selling for quite a lot of money on eBay, actually. Not that I'm going to sell it, but yeah, so it's somewhat collectible with it being a Bond piece, I think. So that's it, really. That's the newest piece there. I love the box as well. I tend to display it in the box. It does get worn now and then as well. So which are the favourites? Well, as I said, this one I do love. I do love this one as much as I don't wear it. And I like this one. I like all of them, really, but the ones which I wear the most are probably this one. And this one gets worn a fair amount. That's it, really. These two here are the most commonly worn, I have to say. So that's where I'm at, basically. Have I got any plans to buy more? Well, always. But at the moment, I'm really struggling to find anything that I'm after. I look all the time. I look on, Goldsmiths, Beaverbrooks, all of the big jewellers in the UK, Watchfinder, second-hand stuff. And yeah, it's just went a bit stale for me at the minute. I don't know what I'm after. I don't know what I want. Sometimes it's good to stop, which I have done. I haven't bought a watch in a long time, for me anyway. And yeah, this is where we are. This is where we are. So by any standards, it's a decent collection. It's got some good pieces in, especially, these two are going to be the ones that the horologists like, but arguably that's a very high quality watch as well. And obviously this here, to some extent, the Swatch. It's a good collection. I am happy with it. But, the nature of doing this is that you want to evolve and to do something else with it. I've kind of had enough of the Casio thing, the G-Shock thing. I've done that before, and it's just, I don't want to have the same watch as everybody else. As much as these two particularly are quite common, I just don't want, I want unique pieces that are quite alternative looking and different. So that's what I'm looking for at the moment, really. And I'm struggling to find anything that I think is really different to the point where I want to part ways with money, So decent enough, but please do let me know what you think. And I would love to hear what you have in your collection as well, whether you could suggest anything for me. Something to move on to. I'm just going to double check there's no pieces under here. I don't think there is. No. So I think that's about it for today, everybody. Obviously, I will keep you updated with anything that changes. I do know that I have the odd watch lying around the house, but one of them is a mechanical watch, an antique watch that doesn't work, as cool as it is. So these are all functional, I really do think that's it. Apart from an Apple Watch as well, an old Series 3 Apple Watch, which occasionally gets worn. That's really it. So let me know below what you have in your collection. I would love to find out. And I will see you all soon.